wheels, engines speak. Tracks of fire, dust and smoke. Southern skies, the throttles choke. Fast and fierce, racing souls, tearing through the endless cold. Twisting metal, thunder growls, screams of tires, dirt that scowls. Crank it loud, boys, let it blast. Modes of fury racing fast. Southern Fried Racing hours here. Feel the fire, shift the gear. Every lap a rebel's dream. Gasoline, hearts and the scream. Dave and Dean crown the track. Each corner fight, ain't turning back. Crank it loud, boys, let it blast. Roads of fury racing fast. Southern Fried Racing hours here. Feel the fire, shift the gear. Nights alive, wheels embrace. Burn the streets, set the pace. Hours, speed's the creed. Southern Fried Racing breed. Southern Fried Racing hours here. Feel the fire, shift the gear. Nights alive, wheels embrace. Burn the streets, set the pace. Hours, speed's the creed. Southern Fried Racing breed.
And we're live. Welcome to the Southern Fried Racing Hour. I'm Dave.
I'm Dean.
And that's Dean. We get our pictures right. I was trying to get us all fixed up there. Switch us around. I put Dean on the left this time. We're glad to have you here. Welcome from all the streams. We just crossed over. We announced it last night. 50,000 total followers. We are did that a little bit less than a year. We have an ambitious goal to make that 150,000 by the end of year 2. So we're getting an early start on it. Thanks for everybody that has followed us on some kind of stream. If you haven't, what are you waiting on?
Let's go racing.
Give us a follow. If you haven't downloaded the Rumble app, do that too. There's some special Rumble only stuff that will be coming if you're interested in some of our other programs. We have a new show that will be airing in early June. We're going to tag it at the second part of Hump Day Views called the Southern Fried Vent. It's your chance. It's your vent. Your chance to vent. Everybody's got something that they like to vent about. So we're going to give you an opportunity to do that and have some fun with it. But it'd be most likely a Rumble exclusive. So if you'd like to be a part of that, get on board. Hello, Killer Carl. How are you doing, brother? I tell you what, you're a blessing. And this is, I'm honored to count him as a friend. I tell you what, I don't know why he likes this old North Georgia redneck, but I sure appreciate it. And all the gang there at the Killer Carl show, y'all give him a follow too. And he's hello, Barry, and got a great channel, bringing it on. There's never a shortage of stuff to cover. I mean, it's like, how do you choose what to cover? There's so many things. He has great guests as well. I've really enjoyed some of his guests. I try to catch as often as I can. And then sometimes they just have a round table discussion, and I like that too. And since we don't have our coffee yet, that's coming. Still continue. I'll still add for it. The 55coffee.com promo code Carl15 gets you discounts. Great coffee. I will continue to keep that stocked here in the studio. But Carl, thank you so much. Appreciate you, brother. You're leading the pack here, keeping us all straight. And he's probably thinking, what? Keep y'all straight? Hello, Barry. Appreciate y'all. Hey, it was All-Star Weekend.
That's right.
Dean, it was quite interesting. The different parts about that. We got a few videos lined up. We're going to air in just a minute about that. Thank you, brother. Thank you. You're awesome. And we appreciate your kindness and your friendship and your help and all the Rumble. And while I'm on that, because we don't just speak it, we believe it. Let me find my videos. That's not going to help. We find our friend list here. This is us at the top, all of our different channels. We got to get Rob's logo fixed. But here's many of the friends we have. These folks are at the top of the list, and they're just awesome. Give every one of them a follow. They're a blessing in this whole preacher man's life, and y'all give them a follow, and they're just great. Every one of those folks has given a hand up to the Southern Fried New Kids on the Block, not the group, just new old guys on the block, I guess I should say, and are nice enough to stop by and say, hey, we appreciate that. So, awesome. Yeah. Hey, I'd love to, man. I hope I can bring something to the table, but I would love to come back. Y'all had a spirited discussion there Saturday night. I really enjoyed that. But yeah, appreciate you having us up. You're too kind. I don't know. I think you mentioned Mark Martin. I don't know if you have a current driver that you like, Killer. But we're about a third of the way through the season.
Yes, we are. Yes.
About a third of the way. The 600's coming up this weekend.
That's
We're going to talk about that. The All-Star race was pretty cool. We're going to pop up some stuff here in a minute. Before I go to videos and actually let me do that, we're going to pop up just, that's actually not the right one. But that is a good picture of you, Dean.
Thank you. Thank you.
That is not the one I wanted. We'll try to get that during the break. But there is there's a couple things I wanted to share about that because they gave some neat statistics about the race. And let's see if I can find that real quick. It's always when just before you go live, you think you got all the little kiddies in a row, and you find out they're not.
That's
Let's
right.
see if this is the one. Hopefully it's probably not. It's probably not the right one, but it's okay. I know the videos are there.
We all goes that way.
But I enjoy watching the race.
I did too.
Different kind of track.
Yes, it was.
Short track.
Yes, it was.
A lot of good Southern racing.
That's right. It was.
North Wilkesboro. But getting the fenders into each other, putting them in the wall a little bit.
Yes.
There's some controversy out of this one.
Yes,
too.
it was. Yes,
We're
it
gonna
was.
catch that in just a minute. But let's watch a couple of videos from that. You'll have to ignore my thumb got in the way once, and so you'll see me doing that. Just that very professional way I did that. Well, let's see what we got here. A couple things from the race, some of the action, and then we'll get a couple of interviews as well. I'll tell you this. I think the heated moment's coming.
Oh, it is coming.
I believe that the helmet being thrown, somebody going to be dumped in the race really hard.
Yes.
That's coming up, and you're going to
yes.
see that in one of these videos. They're not real long.
No,
Most of them are less than a minute. I've got a couple of just a little more than a minute. Let's check these out. All right, let's go to video number.
That's just the low air pressure and everything that they have going on right now, but they're 3 wide. They don't really
again into the corner.
They don't really care about this exit. They know that they got to take some chances tonight to win this money.
And Logano pops out in second, and here comes Elliott around his outside.
Joey was frustrated.
Just a little bit.
He was frustrated.
Yeah.
That is interesting. And I genuinely would not have guessed that.
He said that because he was on the tire disadvantage, that he just felt like you didn't have to press it as hard as you did in that moment.
Well, I had got to him a couple times before, and he made it very difficult on me, as he should. And I got my run, and I took the moment as I should. And yeah, I don't think that I did anything that Joey has not done, and I've seen Joey do much worse. So we will continue on.
I mean, they're probably more similar than people realize. When KB was on the racetrack with his helmet on, he was a little bit more vocal, rarely negative toward myself or the team. I think he had a stretch when he was that way, but it was before my time. And then in the office, super focused, super hardworking, knows what to shoulder and what to put on other people's shoulders, and is very fair about it. And Bell's the same way. I think the difference is behind the wheel and on the radio that you guys are all privy to, and it probably seems more stark in that manner. But behind the scenes and the work they put in and their dedication and their commitment to the team, very, very similar.
Oh, yeah.
That right there is absolutely incredible. And North Wilkesboro, best short track on the schedule.
Are you saying you want a points race?
Let's go!
Hey, I have to ask you about these guys right here. It all started yesterday with that unbelievable stop, the 2-tire stop. Almost hit your guy. You guys pulled it off and won the heat race. What do you have to say about the pit crew and what they're doing this year for you?
Man, they're the best. I mean, there's nothing else to say. And this sport can be so humbling because behind the car, behind the wheel, you're just a small part of success. And these boys right here, Adam Stevens on the pit box, all the mechanics, all the engineers that put this thing together, they're the big picture. I'm the guy that gets to sit up here and talk to you and take pictures, but without them, I'm nobody.
I don't know. Trying to choose my words correctly on the caution situation, and obviously I got bit by it, so I'm the one frustrated, obviously, but gosh, I don't know. I mean, I felt like the fall off wasn't too bad as the sun went down, and he had 6 cars or so stay out with us. I thought maybe we can hold them off, but the 20 had a good enough restart to clear too many of them too fast, and I couldn't get away in time. It took me 6-7 laps to get my car up and rolling again, and I did all I could do to hold him off, and he got under me and just released the brake, gave me no option, right? And he kind of just ran me up into the wall, and if I could have got to him, he was going around after a move like that. I just couldn't get back to him. Just too much to try to make up with the tire deficit. So just frustrated after you lead so many laps and the car's so fast and you don't win. It hurts quite a bit.
Yeah, Dean, I think we've got us a controversy.
Oh, yes, we do.
I think this one, he said it. If I could have got back to him, I'd have put him in the wall. I'd have dumped him. So
He would have.
Look out 600, here you come.
That's right.
Bell said, well, he's done it plenty of times.
That's right.
And he said, I had an opportunity. I took it. He's not apologizing for it.
No, they ain't.
And I think the weather's heating up. The racing's heating up.
Tempers flaring.
The tempers are flaring. A lot of things on the line.
That's right.
And we're gonna see this continue here in the next race or two. There's no doubt.
Oh, yeah.
I kind of like it.
I do too.
It reminds me of the old style. They try to say all the right things. But at the end of the day, their adrenaline's moving. They're out there trying to race. Yeah, there's a lot that rides on all this. But when they're out there on that track, they're not thinking about all that. They're thinking about winning.
That's right.
Which they should be. And when somebody, like I said, you do it to others, they're going to do it to you.
And I say, let's make North Wilkesboro a points race.
Yeah. It was a good race.
It was a good race.
I can't believe they got 4 wide there a couple of times.
I know it.
That they were really basically bumping into each other.
You're right.
It's like bumper cars, But the track did pretty good. That was a pretty clean race.
It was a good race.
The end there, and they say that's just racing.
That's right. Rubbin's racing.
But I'll tell you what, they got 600 miles to talk about.
That's right.
And I kind of think you might see a little bit of something out of that.
That's right.
Bell puts in a nice run.
Bell's a good driver.
He is. We've said. I mean, he's hanging around right there. There's some really good talent that's hanging around right at the top. Byron, of course, Elliott,
yeah,
and Larson. Larson didn't have a good day.
No, he didn't
in this one, but I anticipate his redemption in the 600 very strong. I think he'll be very strong.
He will be strong.
We'll talk about that in a minute, but it was an interesting race. I'll try to find I've got a couple of slides I want to pull up, but we'll take a quick break and then we'll get Dean's notes as we get on the other side of the break, and because I definitely want to. Dean's got a lot of notes, so we need to get going to him and get back to him. So we'll be right back, folks. Hey, Southern Fried Podcast fans, this is Dave the AM for the Southern Fried Podcast. We want to advertise for W, who's got some special things going on. So are you tired of those energy drinks that you drink and they give you the jitters and the crashes that come from the typical drink? Look no further than W Energy Drink. It's a revolutionary new beverage that will keep you energized without any of those downsides. For a limited time, folks, W is offering an incredible 30% off on everything they sell. That's right. You can stock up on your favorite flavors and save big while enjoying the smooth, sustained energy that only W can provide. I'm a customer member, and I can testify to this. I love this drink. No shakes, no crashes. And if it can help my mental acuity, I'm happy too. Awesome. They have a unique formula that provides you a perfect balance of focus and vitality without any of those unpleasant side effects that we don't want. No more of those shaking hands, crashing you in the middle of the day. Just pure clean energy to help you tackle any challenge that comes your way. But don't wait too long. This 30% offer won't last forever. Go on over to W's website now and start shopping. Remember to smash that promo code Southern Fried into the area where they ask you to put that in there, and it'll help us as well. You're still going to get the 30%, but it'll let them know that you are supporting us, and so we appreciate it today. So try W Energy Drink and experience the difference for yourself. Your body and mind will thank you for making the switch to the energy drink that truly delivers on its promises. Don't miss out on this fantastic opportunity to save big and upgrade your energy game with W. Don't forget, use that promo code Southern Fried. All right, we're back. Let me re-enlarge this here. Sorry about that. I was trying to pull that up, but it wasn't the right one. Anyway, Dean's Notes is brought to you by Patriot Mobile. Been doing a lot of talking to these folks the last couple of days. We had to get a couple things set up. Make the switch today. What a great company based out of Texas. They are very patriotic Americans, American company. They love the Lord. And when you'll save money, you're going to get a first month free by switching. They're great customer care service. I know because I've dealt with them. And they've been around for 11 years, and they anticipate being around for a long time. And we want to have it. They want to have a long partnership. So if you're not happy where you're at, go support a great American company who has American values. And that we're in the loyalty program. I've said before, I like that. I like loyalty. That's big for me. And they're that kind of company. And I think we got everything set. We just had to get a couple of banking issues set up with them, but they're just great to deal with. They're awesome people, an amazing process. So, Dean, what you got this week?
Here we go. Dean's Notes. At the North Wilkesboro Speedway, the Legend Live Zone. It's owned by Speedway Motorsports. Opened in May 1947. Again, and it closed in January 97. It opened again in 2010. and again in 2011. Because the construction cost in 1947 $3,000 to build.
Wow.
Saturday night, Justin Allgaier drove for Kyle Larson, part of the 600. So Justin Allgaier's been pigged as a driver for the number 5 car for the 600.
Okay.
Chris Buescher, penalty from Kansas, front bumper cover not connected from R&D Center in Concord. Fred Kadowski got the pole for the All-Star race. Michael McDowell drove the number 71 Motorsports pit crew, got $100,000 top spot in the pit crew challenge Friday night at North Wilkesboro.
Okay.
The first cup race was in 1949, won by Ed Flock. Corey Heim got the pole for the truck Saturday night. Kyle Busch raced for the 07 for Spire Motorsports Saturday. Gio Guerrero won stage 1 Saturday night. Grant Enfinger won stage 2. Chandler Smith won Saturday night, the truck race. Lane Riggs spun Corey Heim front for the front row Saturday night. So there's a controversy between Lane Riggs and Corey Heim. The All-Star Heat race, Kyle Larson will not race. It's an old school shootout Saturday night. Fred Kadowski won Heat 1. Kyle Larson won the 21st starting spot in Indy. So Kyle Larson would be 21st at Indy.
Actually, and he's just moved up. They just announced there's some people got penalized. That just breaking news.
Oh.
I think that might be, correct me if I'm wrong, listeners, I think that's 11th now. He got bumped up to 11th. There's some folks got in trouble. And that was true. That was a true note. He just, some things happened even today. And I think that is number 11.
Okay, thank you for.
It's going to help him.
Yeah, thank you for that.
It's a great start. I mean, you're right at the top 10.
Yeah, I didn't know that.
Well, how deep? I don't know how deep that field is. It's usually pretty deep.
It is deep field.
But being 11th, that's pretty good. I mean, 21st wasn't horrible, but
right.
You got to fight your way up. But being where he's at, that gives him kind of a leg up.
It was.
I'm interested to see how he does in this race.
Right.
I really am.
I thank you for the update. Kyle Larson will start 19th at All-Star race. No, correction. Kyle Larson did start 19th at the All-Star race. Sorry about that. They're talking about rotating the final race in 2026.
Yeah, there's a lot of talk about that.
Next year, the 26th, the final race will begin in Homestead.
I heard that too.
Christopher Bell starts first in Heat Race 2. Christopher Bell won Heat Race 2. SVG, Shane Van Gisbergen, is a post setter for the All-Star Open. Noah Gragson got the fan vote.
He did, and he got that. That's interesting how they do that part of it, where you get he was one car out, I think, and then got pushed in. He's a big dude. I didn't realize how big he is.
Oh, he's
a big guy.
Ryan Preece, penalty for the choose cone row. Because he went over that choose cone when he shouldn't have.
Yeah.
Christopher Bell won the All-Star race.
Yes, he did. And Joey Logano is not happy about it.
No, he ain't. That's Dean's notes.
Thank you, Dean. Brought to you by Patriot Mobile. Use that promo code Cornbread. We thank you, Dean. All right. I think I have got what I wanted to show somewhere here in this stack of things, and watch me not have it. Actually, I put the wrong one up. There we go. I believe that's it. Yes, here we go. I wanted to let me move this. Add the stage. All right, let's go back. Now we'll get that picture view and we'll bring it forward. I wanted to And that is still not the right one. Well, I'm just bombing out here today. What I wanted to say was I had a couple of notes. Jimmy Johnson is going to race in the 600. It's the first time since the Daytona that he is going to be in.
Yeah, I saw that.
And the other driver that got hurt at Talladega, he's back. This field will be a little deeper. But Jimmy Johnson is going to race. Jimmy finished respectable in the Daytona 500.
He did.
And so he will be back in this race. Don't expect him to win.
No.
But he is going to race. And so that's an addition to the rest of the pack out there. So it's a big, long race. Larson, again, will be coming in from India, been a little late. We talked about that. He'll have to make that switch into that car.
Right.
I don't know. Did we find out who's racing for him?
Justin Allgaier.
Allgaier is doing that. I didn't hear, so not bad. Actually, that's not a bad pick to be in that car. So we'll see how long it takes him to make the switch. But we did say that has to occur under green flag. Right?
Yes.
So it'll be an extra little bit of time. I don't know how long it takes to. I mean, you got to take loose the cage. You got to take loose the Hans.
Right.
You got this, the harnessing and all that, crawl out. Of course, the comm, all that has to be disconnected, brought out, and then hooked all back up for Kyle. So that stop will be extra long. It'll push him back. There's no way it can.
It can't. Right.
So but it's a long race, and you can overcome that. So
yes,
that's just one of the reasons I think he would have a hard time winning the race. I'm not going to say he could because we don't know what's going to happen with wrecks.
That's right.
We just don't know what's going to happen with engines blowing up because there's going to be some engines blow up.
And the weather.
And the weather too. Yeah, that's a good point. Be some weather issues as well as we get to the 600. Stretching out another 100 miles really pushes those cars. They're they're wound taut. I mean, they're pushing everything they can. And so you're just going to have breakdowns. But not only engines, I think you could have some other things go out.
Right.
Tires probably become an issue.
Yes.
I know they'll issue a certain amount, but it seems like it's never enough on a race like that.
If I'm correct, I think it's 4 stages in this race.
We talked about that. I think they do add a stage because it's so long to get them to have a break in there. And it's a late start. I mean, Larson, of course, be coming in after he's already raced, but I think that's a 6 p.m. start. It's under the lights. It's going to race up into the late at night. If there's any weather, it could push even later. But it's a great race. It's one of my favorite racetracks on the circuit. I love the 600. I think it's great. It's not my favorite. I'm a Daytona 500 traditional kind of guy, but I love that Charlotte race.
I've been there, so it's a good race.
I think that Charlotte's another one of those where they do the NASCAR experience where you can go around the track.
Yes.
Daytona's one. I think Atlanta does it.
Yes.
There's a handful of tracks.
I think Bristol does too, I think.
Okay, I didn't know Bristol did.
I think.
But Charlotte is a well-attended race. I don't know what it seats. You would think this would be a sellout, but I don't know. Being that it's the holiday weekend, you would just think it's usually those in Charlotte really attend well. And people like to go there and be a part of that.
It is very patriotic.
Yeah, I think it'll be, if it's not a sellout, it's going to be really close, I really think. Be well-attended, great race, under the lights, all the colors of the cars really shining. Some of those will stand out a little more, and we got some tempers flaring.
Oh, yes.
And we'll see what, where that goes. But, yeah, it's pretty amazing when you look at kind of what's happened and how this field has shook out. I still think Larson is your guy.
I know they get halfway through the race and they have a stopping point to salute the troops that was killed.
Yeah, and that's we're very patriotic. Because Southern Fried does release there's somebody we haven't got it up to yet. We do a Veteran of the Week. I am pushing that out. We got it recorded. We try to get that out the first part of the week, usually by Tuesday. Sometimes I send those on Saturday, but we do one of those, and we have a soldier that was KIA in Iraq. So let's pray for those families of those that gave their life for our country. To the families that are still suffering, no matter how many years. And for those active duty troops, Will they do some special military garb for this race?
Yeah, they always do.
I
yes.
thought they did.
Yes.
They'll have special hats and
Yes.
shirts and stuff for a lot of camo or different camouflage type
yes.
stuff. So I think that's cool that they do that. What a time! Probably get a good flyover.
Right. Oh, yes. Yes. Like the Blue Angels.
Yeah, I like that. So somebody be crying about how much money it costs. Just enjoy it.
Right. Right.
Everything's so. Yeah, sometimes you just got to spend money.
That's right. That's right.
We need more people to be positive about military and joining because our numbers up until recently have been down. So we need folks to do like that. Well, looking at the 600, like I said, I think Kyle is still the champion for the year at this point. I'd still roll with him, but I'm not going with him to win this race.
I'm not either.
We had talked about that. And Charlotte just had the PGA Championship this past weekend at Quail Hollow. Okay, didn't know that. Thank you, NC Native. They got some things that are going on. Now we go to the 600. Okay. Charlotte's a happening place in the South.
It is.
That is a growing area. It's one of those cities that, and it is popping this month. NC Native. You being North Carolina, you can kind of give us the lowdown, but there are cycles like that happen with cities, and
right.
It's a good economic impact for the cities. Let's be honest. I mean, your fuel, hotels, food places, stores, getting supplies. It will be a huge impact. A lot of traffic, though.
Oh yeah.
The only complaint I have about North Carolina is, can they expand 40? I mean, because that is like, it's not wide. You need more lanes.
Right. Right.
I've traveled. That's a wide state, man.
Right,
it's like Tennessee.
Well, they need to widen the road around Charlotte to get the fans in.
Yeah. Well, when you get into Charlotte, the interstates are not bad. I mean, they're pretty good and wide.
Right.
It's all good there. It's just getting to that point.
Right.
And it's kind of like Alabama. They'll beat you to death a little bit, but they got to get better on that. But hey, everywhere you go, they're overcrowded.
Oh yeah. The
interstates, especially 75.
Oh yes.
But I've said, and I will ride with it. I said Byron. I'm going to ride with that, and I will still say I think this is his race. I just think he's got the horses. Of course, I'm going to tell you that I think Elliott's coming up strong.
I'll pick Elliott for Sunday. I'm
going to pick him second. I think he is definitely starting to put it together. And I really want to put Larson there at third, but I'll be honest with you. I think it's really hard for me to pick between Bell and Logano right now for that third spot, and then probably go into widen your lanes. You're crazy, man. But I'm gonna put Larson fifth. I just think it's hard for him to because of all he's going to be going through that day. He'll make a liar out of me and win this thing now. But that's the way I see it.
I'll put Larson in say 15th.
And it could be down that low. He just is so good. I'm not going to count him down.
And
it's a long race.
And I'll take Kyle Busch out of the race. Sorry, Mom. I had to say that.
Kyle Busch going to blow an engine this week.
Yeah. Yeah. He'll be out of it.
Denny Hamlin. He'll be another one blow a tranny or, the engine. He'll be. He sort of disappeared off the scene.
Yeah, yes.
What's going on with Hamlin? He looks so strong there.
My three will be for Sunday. Chase to win it. Tyler Reddick, we're coming in second.
Oh.
And Joey third.
Wow. That's an interesting call there, Dean. I don't know that I could. That's stepping out on the ledge right there. I think.
I'm going to do it.
But I think Elliott's a good pick.
Ken, what's your pick for Sunday?
We'll have to get Ken to throw his picks out there on the screen here in a minute. But it's 600 miles. It's an endurance.
Right.
Some of your cars are going to have to really
Uh-oh.
It ceases my picture. Kyle Petty. Oop. Yeah, he's always kidding around. I kind of like that though. What about? Mama's listening to you.
Uh-oh.
I see that picture coming in there. What about the controversy of Penske having some electric vehicles in the garage?
Yeah, I heard about that.
There's a lot of people worried that he's up to something with that.
I heard about that.
Are we going to see an electric race car race?
Where they got it in Indy.
I know. And Penske's always involved with all your racing.
That's right.
There's a lot of people. They're not happy about it in the old NASCAR world.
Well, Roger Penske owns that track in Indy, so he's got a little pull for it.
How do you feel about that?
I don't know yet. I heard I've got no comment right now.
Here's what I'll say. This is America.
Okay.
I'm okay with them if you want to have a race with those, don't make it a part of the circuit though.
No.
Do something different.
That's
Do
right.
Extra.
That's right.
I mean, I'm all about having those things because it's America. I don't like telling people you can't do something. I would want to have. I just don't want to lose one. And I don't care how fast they say the cars will go and everything. It's not going to be the same.
No, it ain't.
Coming around that track, however fast it is with electric and it is with the good old gasoline engine. Racing fuel, smell, all that.
The noise.
What do you take your headphones off and just talk to each other now? Sip some coffee.
That ain't racing. That's not racing.
Sip some coffee off your saucer.
No.
I mean, come on. All right, here we go. Ken Larson. Blaney. Byron.
Oh.
You know what? Those are great picks.
That's great picks.
And I didn't mention Blaney.
No.
Which I started to because I think he's shooting up with a bullet. But going there for Larson for the win, that's pretty strong.
That's a strong pick, Ken. But good picks. I got those picks.
Oh, it's a good pick.
Oh, yes.
And he still got Byron third, and Byron has been no lower than 3.
Right.
Which, that's the low as he's been, unless a wreck happens. He's not finished lower than 3rd, so you're pretty safe there. Reddick, Dylan Nemechek, top 3 for NC Native. Says wild guesses. But that's Reddick's not a bad pick. He's overdue. I just think that a lot of this is going to this is a hard track to pick.
It is.
I say for this reason. That's why I'm really staying with those that have the best of the best power plants. Unless there's a big wreck that knocks out everybody, some of them ain't gonna have the horses to stay out for 600 miles. It's that little bit of difference that a major owner like that has, and I just think that those guys are going to be able to withstand that 600 miles and everything that's thrown at them, where others will be melting down and going to the side.
That's right.
Unless there's a big wreck and Kyle Busch comes.
I don't see that.
Limping through.
Oh, I don't see that. I don't see.
I just think this race is so intense and just think on the crew. Even we think of little things. That last 100 miles, your pit crew, they've got more on them.
Right.
I mean, that's longer. That's another stop or 2.
It is.
Or 3. And so
you got with the 600, like you said, it's gonna be a fuel mileage race. It's gonna be tires, it's gonna be the engines. So
you have to hold all that stuff together for 600 miles. And if there's any weather.
Right.
Or anything like that. So, and then you already got that long delay anyway.
That's right.
Track conditions could change.
Right. It will change.
Any weather. So, and being late like that, the track will change somewhat from the beginning to the end.
Because when the sun's up, the track's hot. When the sun goes down, the track cools off. It makes it slicker.
I just think there's going to be, I'm good with what I picked, But man, it's so tempting in this race to think of somebody outside the box.
That's what I'm thinking.
And I don't mean like radical. I don't
No.
mean like going down and picking, somebody. But Josh Berry, who has ran strong.
He is strong.
He's got that Penske motor plant. I don't know, man. I'm saying if there's a wreck of some kind that takes out some of the leaders, I would be looking down into that group. A Bell, a Nemechek, even a Berry. And don't forget Bubba Wallace.
No.
This is the kind of race where he just might surprise you.
Right.
And he's slipped just a little bit, but early in the races, Bubba has been as strong as anybody.
Oh, he has been strong, but the longer Bubba goes, the more he gets weak. He starts going backwards.
Yeah, he's not going to overtake these guys unless there's a big wreck.
No, he ain't.
Mama's in the house with her picks.
Uh-oh.
Bell, Larson, capital letters, Kyle, Busch.
Oh, God. Mom, what are you doing?
But she's got a strong two there.
Oh, yeah.
But she's not giving up on her
ain't.
Kyle. I don't blame you. Be a fan. Be a fan. You know what? And she even put 2 exclamation marks in there.
Yes, she did.
Emphatic. Capital letters, exclamation mark, praying hands. You know what?
You better pray for Kyle Busch. Because he ain't going to do nothing.
For you, Mom, I hope he comes in third. I'm not a Kyle Busch fan, but I could handle third. Actually, I would love for Blaney to win this. I'd like to see the Ford get up there and win this thing.
Yes.
Or Barry. It's probably not going to happen. Do you really think Larson has a chance to win this race?
No.
It's hard to root against him. It really is.
I don't see Larson doing it. Not coming in late in the race like he will be. No.
Wow. There's a lot. There's just a lot riding on that.
It is.
A lot.
So you got too many strikes against him.
And, we didn't even mention Logano, and Logano's racing really well
Yes.
right now. He is the champion until there's a new champion. No disrespect intended, but I think that he's another one that on the long runs, he does really well.
He does do good.
He doesn't do good on the short runs.
Right.
So a long run, long green flag racing, that's Logano's kind of race.
Right.
But I think Byron's, that's his kind of race, and Larson as well. I don't think it plays well for Bubba Wallace. I don't think it plays well for a couple of others that have been up near the top. It probably plays well for Chase.
It does.
This is going to be fun to watch. I hope everybody will watch the race. And now also another aspect of this is a Amazon Prime race.
Yes. First race for Amazon Prime.
And I saw an interview with Dale Earnhardt Jr. talking about, they've really looked at what the NFL does. And
right.
They're really trying to up their game.
Yes.
And I know that when the NFL first went to Amazon, because I watch NFL, I don't listen to the pre-games. I just watch the game. But they were a little choppy on. But Amazon has gotten their act together. And they have put together a really good product on that Thursday Night Football.
Yes.
And I think that they've, obviously this is the prime team. So they've looked at that and decided, tried to help each other out on what this is going to look like. But they're trying to take this thing to another level is what I'm understanding.
Yeah.
They're not saying everything, but
they're trying to put it on the streaming channels.
They are. And they see opportunity here. And I think, a lot of people have Amazon Prime. I watch a lot of stuff on Amazon Prime.
I do too.
I use it a lot to ship things in. I do. I'm not we're not an advertiser. Not one of our advertisers. Right. I am a fan of Amazon Prime. And I think that they've done well. And I kind of like that they're branching out these other type of streaming and stuff like that, because I just think they get the product into more people's hands.
They also went to Netflix too.
Yeah,
the several NASCAR shows on Netflix.
So you've got a weekend that we think of those Memorial Day.
Right.
Let's not lose focus on that. Dean, you got any folks in your family that served the that any names you want to mention or anybody, Ken, that served in the military? Certainly throw their names out here. My dad
was in the Army.
Okay. Dad's in the Army. My dad was in the Army as well. He's with the Lord now, but his name was David as well. So he did his stint in the Army. I've had a lot of cousins that served in the military.
Right.
And some people that are attached to the military that are actually civilian.
And Ken was in the Marines.
Okay, a Marine. And once a Marine, always a Marine.
That's right.
Semper Fi, baby.
The few, the proud, the Marines.
That's right. Whatever happened to Dick Trickle's son, Cole Trickle?
Days of Thunder.
He's out there somewhere.
Well, they're making a Days of Thunder too.
Are they really?
Yes.
I think I might have heard about that. Would you watch it?
Yes, I would. Yes, I
I
would.
kind of figured you would.
Well, the 5 races on Amazon Prime is Charlotte, Nashville, Michigan, Mexico, and Pocono.
I like them all but Pocono. And the only reason I don't like that is I'm not a fan of the Pocono racetrack. I'm just not. That's the one. That's the dog leg one, right?
No, that's a tricky triangle.
The tricky triangle. That's what I meant. I don't like, because that's where they almost have. I mean, they come to almost to not a stop, but they come real slow. I never cared for that racetrack.
The one I'm waiting for is Mexico City. That's a road course.
Yeah, I'm not a fan of the road course, but it's nice that they're getting out of the country. And usually sporting events that go to Mexico is well attended, so I think that will probably happen. Yeah, Pocono is a dinner triangle.
Yeah.
And I don't like that. I just don't like that. I've never liked it. I don't know why. I just never liked it. But they throw stuff in like that because it's different. And I get it, because drivers have to do well enough at tracks like that that probably hate that track as well. They don't do well there. They just have to try not to do terrible.
Right.
And there's always that one driver, that's his track. Yeah, that's the one he does good at. So he's the one that's usually pacing the field. But actually, they got a hold of some pretty good races there. I mean, when you think about Nashville, or Charlotte's huge.
Oh, yes.
And the Michigan race is a huge one as well.
Oh, yeah. Michigan is 2.5 miles.
You know, like I said, I'm not a fan of Pocono, but you got to sling them something.
No, correction. I think Michigan is a mile and a half.
I think it is a mile and a half.
I was wrong with that.
Has gone a long way towards determining the champion before.
Oh,
yes, that track has. It is a little bit different kind of track.
Yes.
The angles on it and everything are a little bit different. They get some side-by-side racing on that track. A couple of different trails through there that, if I said it that way, that you take. But yeah, I like that. And so hopefully Amazon will do. It was weird to see Dale Jr. I hadn't seen him in a while.
Right.
I know he's been retired for a while with the concussions. It was weird to see Dale with gray hair.
Oh, it was, wasn't it?
It was. I was like, God, when he came up, he was so young. He had all that hair. And I don't think he looks bad or nothing. I mean, I got gray hair, but
I'm getting gray.
When I think of Dale Jr., I just think of, I don't know, it was different look.
It was.
And even his dad never had that much gray hair.
I know it.
And I was like, he's like this elder statesman. And it's funny because when he came in, he was this
young kid. He was a young kid.
He was a kid. He was cocky.
Right.
Him and his dad didn't always get along, you know. He was a party guy.
Oh, he was.
It was races he showed up for feeling rough.
He was hammered.
And he was. And they got on to him. Like, if you ever want to be a champion, you're going to have to get your act together. Well, that's a good point. Dale Jr. looking more like Dale Jarrett.
Yeah.
That's a great quote.
It is.
But I was like, this is just weird to me.
It was.
I strangely felt really old after looking at him, you know. And it's interesting that a guy, and for a while, Dale Jr. was not really into meeting with the press.
He wasn't.
In fact, he didn't want to do interviews. He's kind of a private person.
He was.
He's very family. He got married, and but he was out there promoting, and it's kind of neat. Is he going to be in the booth? I didn't catch that part.
Yes.
Who else is in the booth? Do you remember?
I think it's going to be him and
The
Steve Tart.
because this is different folks because
Yes.
it's now on Amazon Prime.
Right.
So they have different
Yes.
announcers.
Yes.
So that's cool that you get him. Good job, Amazon Prime. And of course, different people, your
Right.
field reporters and stuff down, be some different folks. I mean, they're going to get NASCAR folks.
Yes.
Hello there. Hope you are as well. We are well. We are just talking racing, and Rubbin is racing.
That's right. That's right.
And we're looking towards the 600 and races beyond.
And trading paint, it's racing.
And trading paint and all that. This far into the season, Dean, any surprises for you so far?
No fights yet.
Yeah, that probably would be the biggest surprise. I think for me is the fact that although they're doing better of late, that Elliott and Logano haven't been up near the top.
That's right.
They've been up there, but not at the very top.
And I'm surprised that Kyle Busch hadn't got a win yet. I mean, I'm surprised about that.
Well, yeah, it's been 50-something races, hasn't it?
Yes.
Anything that stands out thus far that you see going forward as a trend? Like there's.
Well, Brad Keselowski hadn't got a win yet.
Well, and he didn't do good in this race. So.
And he ain't got he not done good since he got with RFK.
He's in danger here, I think, of struggling with sponsorship.
He
and
is.
Stuff. He's not even hardly mentioned during the race.
He ain't no more.
Only when there's a wreck or something, he's in it.
Right.
I think because of his past successes, every once in a while they'll go back in the pack and the field, and they'll say, "Hey, Keselowski, for going around,
Yeah.
so and so, he's moving up to number 19." But it's almost like they're just trying to keep his name up there a little bit.
Right.
He's not in the conversation anymore.
No, he ain't.
And he's not in the top 20 conversation,
He
maybe 25. And that's shocking to me.
It is.
I didn't anticipate him doing that bad.
Well, you have to go back and say, Kyle Busch ain't done nothing since he got with RCR. What's happened there?
Yeah, there's that. I saw somebody with an article about that too, about how, what's going on there. I don't know. I really don't know. But yeah, there's definitely been a slip off. He's raced good at times, but he's not put it all together for a whole race.
Right,
except that first road course where he faded just a little bit, but I think he still finished third or fourth. That's been it. Everything else has been middle of the pack, out. It's just not been great. And so the guard has changed.
Right, good.
You still got a few veterans that are racing well.
Right.
But it's now the young guns. It's Byron and Bell and Reddick
and Elliott
and Logano. It belongs to them. And then you could throw 2 or 3 more out there. Blaney. But this is your NASCAR hierarchy right now.
That's it.
These are the guys that are putting on the show.
You can't forget Chris Buescher. You can forget him.
Well, yeah, he's kind of up there, but
I like Chris Buescher.
I know. I was waiting on you to say that. All right, Chris Buescher. He's got to do better if he wants to stay in that talk.
You're right. Well, what about Brian Priest?
Not in the top. He's in that next level. Top 15.
How about Tyler Reddick?
Reddick's top 8.
I'll say Reddick is top 5.
He probably is. But if we spread this over the whole season, he's going to have to do better than he's done. Or he's not going to be top 5. Kyle Busch is not top 5.
No.
And
Kyle Busch is a top 20.
Kyle Busch is not going to be top 5.
No.
But I think Kyle Busch will get a win this year.
I don't.
You don't?
I don't.
I was trying to help you out there, Dean.
Kyle Busch in the red still. He'll stay in the red. till he moves on.
If it comes down the last weekend, and these three could win it all, Larson, Logano, let's say four, Larson, Logano, Byron, and Elliott. Who wins?
I'll go with Elliott. I'm an Elliott fan.
I know.
I gotta go with him.
It's total, conjecture. And Elliott is he's as capable as any of them of winning. But I think that I don't know. I don't think I would pick Elliott. I think I would go with Larson. I pick Larson. I think he is champion for this year. But it's really hard. This race is going to decide it for me because if Byron goes out and smokes the field like I think he's going to do, barring wrecks, I think he'll start having that leg up. The man's not finished slower than third.
No.
And he has won.
Yes.
He's winning. He's consistent.
Yes.
Really just about better than anybody. There's only one or two that can even say that. Nobody can say it on that level as far as no lower than three. That guy is, I'm telling you, speed. He's going to do it. At what age do they generally stop winning at? 38, 42, generally. Well, that depends on who they are.
That's right.
Who they're with.
That's right.
I would say for some of them, 38, they're out. They're
42 at the most.
42 is probably the most. And it would be a rare person that could still be running at the top at 42. Nowadays, I don't know that you can.
Well, you got Bale. He's 30.
Yeah, he's it's still 8 years is a long ways away.
Yes.
I'd say 38 for most of them. There'll be one or two that will stay competitive at 42. I don't really see that. It's just different now.
It is.
Used to be, think back in the day. This is a great point. Some of those guys were racing really well back in the old school.
They were.
The Bobby Allison,
yes.
The Cale Yarboroughs, all them. They were racing really strong. Almost up to 50, man.
Yeah. Yes.
And some of them were still racing in their 50s, and that slipped off. But it's not that way anymore.
No.
These young guns are coming along, and they're smoking them, man.
Yeah, they are.
They're just taking them out, and it's really hard for them to stay caught up. But let's face it, I think the schedule's tougher today too.
It is tougher.
There's longer races. There's more demands on a driver nowadays, and you have to navigate a lot of different things. Used to be they just raced,
right?
But nowadays they've got all the
people in the shop, people in the pits, engineers.
They're doing interviews. They have to do the sponsor-related events.
Yes.
Kyle Busch is 40.
Okay. He got 2 years.
He's right in the middle of that 38 to 42, you said.
Yeah.
So, Mom, we're not going to say he's done.
I say he's done. Throw a fork in him. He's done.
He's not done. He's raced. There's a couple of races he's done real well. He's got a win left in him. Maybe two.
No. I say he's done.
I'm trying to help you out here, man.
I can't run still. I'm going to sit and duck.
But I will say within this next year or two, he's done. 42, he's done. Thank you, Ken, for that.
Ken.
I was sitting here wondering how old he was. I really didn't know.
I didn't either.
I was trying to guess. Everybody loses it.
Yeah.
I think he could still pull off the win.
You know what's so bad? And I thought about this Sunday. When these drivers lose their power steering, they say, I can't steer with no power steering. Go back to the old days. They didn't have power steering. It was all positive steering. They had the real cars back then.
That was a whole different thing.
Right, it is.
A whole different thing.
Right.
And now you have so much more. See, Native says, I never lost it. There you go. Never give in. I just think nowadays that the guy that partied hard on Saturday night and come out and raced,
right?
You can't do that no more.
No, you can't.
Not to say they don't do some of that through the week and stuff, but I think it's all programmed for them.
It is.
They've got them eating the right foods. They've got them on a workout regimen. They've got them in bed as soon as they could get them there.
Yeah.
They're doing all the things. These young guys, you can tell, man, they're in great shape.
They are.
And let's face it, Cos, he's aged a little bit. I mean, he's put on a little bit of weight.
Yes.
His stamina part, like I said, he's not going to do against 600. I will say that.
Right.
I just don't think he can manage a top 15 at this race. I don't. He's not been doing it much anyway. He's been 21st.
Right.
Average. So I don't think he's going to do it. They're on a presidential schedule. That's about right. Yeah. But hey, well, it was fun. I didn't get my PowerPoint, but it's okay. It's not going to be a great loss. We'll pull it up next time. Dean, thank you for bringing your notes. Ken, thank you for being in here.
Thank you, Ken.
All the folks that are listening, including those that say, I haven't got brave enough to type anything in the chat. It's okay. We know you're out there.
Thank you, Bob, for your comments, Bob.
Yeah, we appreciate you watching. Thanks,
everybody.
Bottom of our heart for the likes and shares. Many of you share the show out. We appreciate that. We've got quite a few people in here tonight. We thank you for the likes, Miss Jen, Miss Kay. We appreciate that.
Thanks, folks.
Stay with us. We're going to be here all year. We're not going anywhere.
No.
And also on the sports show, Dean is now our Braves man. He's going to come in and talk about the Braves and keep us up to date on everything. He's going to have Brave notes. So
I got to try to.
I said, your comments won't be any dumber than mine, so go ahead and chime in. I'm the master at it.
Me too.
You know what? We're here to have fun.
We're
here to entertain. We're here to have fun. We want to make it where everybody gets a little part in it.
Right.
And the more the listener fan gets involved, we're good with it.
That's right.
We try to make it a little better every week and come up with stuff. And we appreciate Dean so much. He's been a real blessing. So everybody have a great night. And be safe. There's some storms coming in our region.
Yeah, they are. And
so be careful tonight. And we pray for those folks, especially in Kentucky. They're still digging out.
Yes.
And it's pretty ugly right now. So these summer storms, they're rocking. So be careful wherever you're at. We pray for Dog Tag out there on the Appalachian Trail. I hope he's in a hostel tonight. I hope he's not out on the trail actually, because there's been some storms rocking up through there. So, keep an eye on your neighbors. Watch those pets. And Dean, I know you say find a good church on Sunday.
That's right.
And go worship the Lord. Amen. And pray for our nation and pray for us because we sure need it.
And pray for the troops.
Pray for the troops, absolutely. And pray for those families this weekend again who's lost loved ones in with their sons and daughters serving in our military. It's a real tough time. Visit the national cemeteries if you can. Go pay your respects at the grave of some soldier who's preserved our freedom. And we can't let that memory die away. We have to continue. What they've done will never be forgotten, and we must continue to lift them up and tell their stories. Old soldiers' stories must always be told. These folks are, I get criticized a lot across the world sometimes by some people for our very patriotic stand, and they like to crack on America. I don't care. And be proud of where you're from, but you're not going to make me feel bad about the love I have for this country and the love I have for the American military or the love I have for Jesus. It doesn't bother me one bit.
God bless America.
Take your best shot. It doesn't bother me in the least. These people are bitter. They're haters. We don't go out hating on anybody, but we will tell it like it is. So we're not shy. And so we'll see you next week on the Southern Fried Racing Hour.
Lots of loud boys, let it blast. Roads of fury racing fast. Southern Fried Racing Hour's here. Fuel the fire, shift the gear. Souls tearing through is cold. Twisted metal, thunder growls, screams of tires, dirt that scowls. Crank it loud, boys, let it blast. Roads of fury racing fast. Southern Pride racing hours here. Fuel the fire, shift the gear. Every lap a rebel's dream. Gasoline, hearts, and the scream. Dave and Dean crown the track. Each corner fight, ain't turning back. Crank it loud, boys, let it blast. Roads of fury racing fast. Southern Pride racing hours here. Fuel the fire, shift the gear. Nights alive, wheels embrace, burn the streets, set the pace. Hours, speed's the creed. Southern Pride, racing breed. Southern Pride, racing hours here. Fuel the fire, shift the gear. Nights alive, wheels embrace, burn the streets, set the pace. Hours, speed's the creed. Southern Pride, racing breed. Lots of loud, boys, let it blast.